Oh, that is a tough one to take. Man United 1, Wolves nil. Last minute goal from Marcus Rashford, deflected off Romain Saiss. And yeah, pretty tough one to take that because I thought we played pretty well, particularly in the first half. Quick word on the lineup then before the match review. Interesting, probably up there with one of our youngest lineups this year, or this season, I should say. Keanu Hoever, Ait Nouri, Vitinha playing, Pedro Neto. So yeah, plenty of young players in the side. Max Kilman as well, forgot to mention. And do you know what? I thought we were really, really solid defensively. I think Saiss, who was personally my man of the match despite the deflection it took off him, I don't think there's much he could do about that anyway. Him, Cody and Kilman I thought were really solid. You know, nothing really got past them. And they were good in possession. They were excellent in clearing the aerial threat because United have got a good aerial threat with Cavani, Maguire. They didn't trouble us from set pieces, and we actually forced De Gea into some really good saves as well. From Saiss in particular had two chances where De Gea made some really good saves. So yeah, aerially on both sides, I think we were superb. I think they cleared up a lot of the danger. I don't think United really had much going forward. The two fullbacks, Ait Nouri and Keanu Hoever, for 19 and 18 respectively, superb. I think that defensively they were really solid, composed and assured in possession, very intelligent with their runs as well. I think Ait Nouri is definitely a lot more attacking than Keanu Hoever, but Keanu Hoever got forward to good effect at points in the game. I think that they both look very mature for their age. You can tell that Ait Nouri has played Ligue 1 football for a couple of seasons because he's got a lot more maturity to his game than you would expect. Certainly an upgrade on Vinagre. I thought both of them were just really, really good today. Really showed off what they can do. I think in a more attacking system they would flourish so much. And Neves Moutinho, decent. I thought, do you know what? The first half was really good. We were so good on the counter-attack. We were quick to get the ball out. And if we were just a bit more clinical, we could have scored a few more goals. Second half, I don't know what on earth happened. We just parked the bus for the whole of the second half. Just let United come on to us and come on to us. And the problem is that when you do that, it's so likely that you're going to concede because a team of their quality is going to break through at some point. Yes, it was a lucky goal, but we really should be doing more to just get at teams and make sure that they don't have such a period of sustained possession. At the end of the day, if we look at the game, United completely dominated it. Even though we had good chances on the counter-attack, it was a very defensive performance. And considering how good we were against Spurs, I was a little bit disappointed, really. I think that, this was a good chance to maybe give the four at the back another go. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But do you know what? I can't have too many complaints about the performance, apart from the second half, which was just far too defensive. First half, we were good. You can see the potential with the counter-attack. We were so good at counter-attacking with pace. In the first season back in the Premier League, and this year there just seems to be that lack of pace, that lack of final product, that lack of just a bit of flair. We're really struggling. 15 goals in 16 games isn't good enough at the end of the day. We do have to take a step back and say, look, we are not good enough. I can't see us putting a really good run of wins together this season because we're just so poor going forward, and that has to change. So yeah, a very good defensive performance, but yet again, our forward line has let us down. Surprised Nuno took Neto off, considering Adama doesn't normally last 90 minutes, but no. Sometimes it's the way the cookie crumbles. We played okay, we lost, we move on to the next one.
Yeah, so that's a tough one to take, isn't it? But the performance of the lads was brilliant. I think we can all agree to that. I don't think one of them put a foot wrong, really, that I could see. The youngsters came out at the beginning. I think when we all saw the team sheet at the beginning, the lineup, we all probably thought, well, we're probably a bit apprehensive about the games that we're going to get in the first half and throughout the game. I think the youngsters really put in a good performance. The wing backs, Ait Nouri and Keanu Hoever, they were both fantastic for me, doing exactly what you want. I don't think Semedo's performed that bad myself, but it's going to be difficult to take Keanu Hoever off after that. I think he will, but I think he did enough to state his claim. Roman Saiss came in there, and I think it was obviously unfortunate for their goal, but was the best player on the pitch again. I think there's been 4 or 5 games this season where he's been the best player on the pitch, and he's just missed the first time. He's an put him in any position, and he'll probably do a good job in goal as well. Yeah, I mean, it's gutting. It is gutting. I can't lie. I don't think they deserved it. I think they were slow, not really putting much in. Um, but yeah, luckily we've got January in a couple of days. I'm hoping that Wolves have got a player lined up for striker, because it's clear that we need someone there to be able to put the chances away. We're creating the chances. We get players in the box. We just need someone to lay it off. And I'm sure they'll have someone lined up, or they'll have a few players ready. And hopefully in those first couple of days we can get someone in quick and early, get them into the team, get them used to what they're doing, get them used to their role, and then hopefully for the games coming up we can really put in some good performances and put away some of the chances that we're creating. It's a gutting game to take, last of the year. But look, I'm sure there's better times to come for Wolves now. The team put in a hell of a performance. Every player worked to the nth degree there, really just trying to do the best for the team, and it showed. I think we're unlucky. I don't think there'd be a person watching that game to say that we weren't unlucky to come away there without the draw, or at least without the win, or at least the draw. But look, January soon. Let's try and get some new, experienced, helpful players in. Yeah, onwards and upwards is the only way we can go. Have a happy New Year, all of you, and Wolves Avery.
I don't even know where to begin. We played really well the whole game. We just kept giving the ball away. We'll get so far, and then we just give the ball away. Oh, and then just the last minute. Oh. Something needs to change, because literally every single game, we do play the whole game so far and give away in the last minute. Newcastle, for example, we're 1-0 up. And just give the ball away, free kick, and then they get an equaliser. It happens a lot. There's more examples, but I can't name off the top of my head. Happens a lot. Wolves need to improve. Size played really well, apart from really unlucky at the end. Really unlucky at the end. Nuri played quite well. I don't think they should have subbed Neto off. I think they should have kept him on. I don't think Silva literally did nothing, really. They should have kept Neto on. He was playing well. I think that was a bad move on Nuno's half. We need to sort it out, because it's taking the mick at the moment. Oh, it's so frustrating. Thanks again for talking Wolves for this, but on to the next one.
That is a real sickener. Look, you don't want to lose any game in the last minute, in injury time, in Fergie time. You never, ever want to lose a game like that. Especially when the performance that we've put in, and it was a good team performance. It really was, but also there were some really good individual performances as well. And Sayis, that's the one for me where I think that was probably one of his best games in a Wolves shirt. We know what a threat he is on the set pieces, on corners and free kicks. And I think he looked a real danger and a threat tonight. And for him to deflect and go in is a real sucker punch. And look, there's so many positives from that, because for the last 15, 20 minutes especially, we're there watching that thinking, hang on a sec, we can come away from this with 3 points. And we're all there thinking, you know what, we can win this. And then for that to happen right at the end is just an absolute wounder. But once again, there's positives to take. In Nuno we trust. Keep tuning into the fantastic work that Talking Wolves are doing. And that's it from me. Over and out.
Oh, God, isn't football just cruel, I thought, come 90 minutes, we'll be talking about a spirited Wolves performance and a well thought out point. And football's just taking it away from us. It's an absolute, it's a gutting loss. To lose in the manner that we did. Well, you know what, we've played really well. I thought defensively we were superb. I thought Nuri and Hoever came in. I think Hoever was outstanding. Looks a really good player. Nuri had a better performance, looked more assured defensively. We got forward well, and Patiño played well as well. Hopefully we get to see a bit more of him, because he looks like he's got that little bit of flair that we may need. But I just wish that when we counter-attack teams, we are missing that real quality with the final ball, the final decision. and we're not kind of countering teams and putting them to bed. There was a few occasions in the first half and sometimes in the second half where we'd broke through and we could have been 2 or 3-0 up, and we need to take those chances because we'll get punished, and we got punished today. But it's a sickener because United haven't really done anything. We've played really, really well. And I saw how many changes before the game, and I thought Bruno's got it wrong. The alarm bells are ringing, but you know what? It was pretty much spot on. Even the shape was spot on. I don't agree with taking Vitinha off, and I don't agree with completely shutting the shop. I know you've got to tighten up somewhat towards the end because they're obviously playing for a point, but there was no outlet at all towards the end. It was just coming straight back, and I think that may be poor game management. But I thought Saiss was unbelievable. Probably one of the best games he's had in the Wolves shirt. Kilman's been caught out on the ball over the top, but the deflection's really cruel. It's a cruel one. I just hope that it's not as much of a confidence zapper as it is for the fans or the players. I hope they bounce back. But this, for me, we do need to strengthen in Jan. We need to reinforce, whether it's the low market or the permanent market, because we've got some really good young players there. If we could get some experienced players and they're really going to complement the side, and a striker, I think, if we are going to finish in the top half and push for that top 8, we do need to strengthen in January. But it's an absolute sickener. I just hope the players can bounce back from it.
Manchester United won, Wolverhampton Wanderers won. Disappointed is probably the best way to describe it on there. We set out for a point and we've come away with nothing. If you come up with that game plan, then you have got to come away with at least a point from the game, and we didn't. That's the facts from it. We didn't come away with anything today. And based on the reflection of the game, harsh, but at the end of the day, we've got to create more going forward, especially in that sense as well. Like I've seen a lot of people saying we should have gone 4 at the back, the 4-2-3-1. For me, that is still our best formation. But in those type of games, it doesn't help once or twice to actually commit men into the box and actually try and create opportunities on there as well. Because we knew we were solid defensively because we just stick a load of bodies back. But just going forward, there was 3 players, if that. You're never going to score if it's like 3 against 5 in a defensive area. I felt as though first half got better the longer the game went on. Vitinha looked very, very good in there as well. Hoever and Al-Nouri, they looked good as well. Saiss had a good game. But yeah, there was a lot of positives that you can take from it on there as well in terms of like individual performances. But in terms of an overall team performance, there's negatives because we didn't come away with a result and we didn't test De Gea enough in open play. We committed a lot of crosses into the box, and through the crosses, we was forcing De Gea into some terrific saves, mainly from Saiss. But I don't think we created enough on there just to, at least score. But just frustrating, just really, really disappointing. The fact we've got 1 win in 6 now, we still haven't kept a clean sheet since Crystal Palace, and we've only scored 14, 15 goals. That's worrying a little bit. And I know we've got injured players on there as well, but it's the same for everyone else. Yeah, you're always going to get injuries throughout the season. It all goes about the depth in the squad on there as well, which has always been a thing that Nuno's been questioned about. This is where I feel as though the depth's been tested, and the depth can do well if they're given opportunities. And today, I think there's many players who could probably look at it and think they probably deserve a chance after that as well. I thought Kilman looked very good as well. But yeah, it's frustrating, but the fact, the mentality that, play for a draw and you come away with nothing. If you're going to play for a draw, you've got to at least come away with something. But disappointing way to end what's probably been a really, really bad year. But anyway, thanks for having me on Talking Wolves, and I'll see you in the new year.
Right, but a disappointing way to end the year. Man United, losing to Man United 1-0 at the death of the game. Incredibly disappointing. Ball goes over Kilman's head and they hit to deflection and we lose, which is a shame because I thought some of the boys were absolutely phenomenal today. Ruben Neves especially, a lot of passes forwards. He looked fantastic, really. There's a lot of games off watch Neves and he looks really slow in the midfield, like tracking back or trying to win a ball, but he looked really determined today and didn't really look out of position at all. His passes forward I thought were fantastic. A lot less backwards. I don't know if that was due to the fact that Saiss was in the middle and not Cody. But yeah, like I said, very positive from Neves. Hopefully get back to his best soon. If that shot went in, we would have been screaming what a shot it was. And I think it caught De Gea off guard, but he made a great save. Another star performance I thought was Keanu Hoever. Completely pocketed Marcus Rashford all of the game. Rashford even had to swap wing at one point in the game because he couldn't handle him. I really think he's going to be one for the future. What a player he looks so far. And, his small cameo appearances this season, I thought he's looked decent. And even starting against Man United, he was fantastic, really. But like I said, yeah, we've been let down right at the end. Unfortunately, the ball goes over Kilman's head and everyone's switched off. And Marcus Rashford capitalises, which is a shame. And again, it's just another one of these games. We've got 3 substitutions and we only used one of them. I thought the game was screaming out for Otasawi to come on, considering how many minutes Neto and Matinho have played. We played 48 hours ago against Spurs, and the amount of minutes that Matinho and Neves played, and now they're playing another 90 at Old Trafford against Man United, who are going to want to hit you on the break and play really quickly. And I thought we made Pogba look really good, and Matic done really well defensively against Adama. I think. Well, we're just starting to get really frustrated with Adama. I don't care personally that he doesn't have a goal or an assist because we know as fans the kind of player that Adama is. But, all he wants to do is hit the byline and put a ball in the box. And, we're not going to score headers, man. Like, Potence is, 5'4". He's smaller than my sister. He's never, ever going to win a header, unfortunately. So I pray that we can, get a massive tall striker in January. Because then we're going to start seeing the best out of Adama Traore. Teams have really figured him out. They'll put 2 or 3 men on him. We saw against Southampton, they put 3 men on Adama, and he literally just can't do anything. And again, with Man United, they'd have a defender and Matic on him. Like I say, and he's never central. He's never going to score. He's not going to score goals just from the way he positions himself. But I thought the game was screaming out for Potence to come on. I'm happy that Nuno made that sub as early as he did, but I think subbing off Neto hurt us. We just set up to get a point and. Well, we've been punished for it because we could have hurt Man United. First half, I thought we were absolutely amazing. It's one of the very few times we actually looked a lot better first half than we did second half. And, we had all those shots. Granted, 3 of them were from outside the box. Vitinha and Neto, they weren't very powerful shots, but they're shots on target. And, stats-wise, we looked like we were dominating Man United. But, we've been beaten. We shut up shop again. It happens way too many times, just shutting up shop and trying to see games out for draw and being punished hard by, being defeated. So, like I said, hopefully we can get a striker. And we've got Brighton next. They're not playing their best at the moment and they really don't look good. But Brighton are one of our notorious bogey teams. And, we'll probably get another one. We'll get a 1-1 draw against them and be disappointed. So, yeah.
So, Man United 1, Wolves 0. Very unlucky, weren't we? It's an interesting game, to be fair. We had amazing defence, solid as you like. And then just a deflected shot. Amazing performance from Saiss, Kilman, Cody. Great performance. Ain't-Nori was brilliant today. Matinho needs to get out of the squad. Absolutely dire performance. Every single pass he made just wasn't forward. We have no forward intent. Let's hope we can get Lukajovic in January or someone similar because we badly need him. We miss him in it so much. Julian talking Wolves, amazing content. We go out.
So, a sickening defeat for Wolves, a 1-0 loss to Manchester United, and Marcus Rashford's last minute winner, which saw the home side take all 3 points and go second in the table. But I think it has to be said, a decent performance for Wolves all round up until the 70th minute, where we seem to just sit deep and invite pressure onto ourselves, and that's happened numerous times over the last couple of seasons, and it's just frustrating because especially first half I thought United were really there for the taking. We got some really decent areas, just a lack of quality in the final third that let us down at times. I always think when you defend so deep for such long periods in games, it becomes really difficult for the defenders. One lapse in judgment or one lapse in concentration and the game's gone, and that's what ended up happening. It was a long ball from Harry Maguire from the back and Max Kilman just kept caught under the ball. Marcus Rashford then recovers the loose ball and his deflected shot gives United all 3 points. And it's just a really frustrating game because I thought we defended so well for such large periods of the game. But when you invite that pressure onto you so late in games, it almost feels inevitable that the other side are going to score. I want to shout Saiss. Thought he was excellent again today. He's my man of the match once again. But I think moving on to Brighton, I'd like to just go back to the 4-2-3-1, be a bit more aggressive going forward. I think when we play the top 6 sides, it's okay to relinquish possession and hit teams on the counter, and the 5 at the back formation seems to suit that a lot better. But when you're playing teams like Brighton, I'd love to see us be a bit more aggressive, have more attacking intent, and I think the 4-2-3-1 suits that a lot better. Can play Silva, Podence, Neto, Adama, and play Podence in that number 10 role where Vitinha played today, because I think he'd be excellent at that, picking up the ball from deep, driving at teams, and he possesses that real quality in the final third that we probably lacked at moments today.